I wear glasses sometimes. This book I wrote is Then. That's the title. It's got 3 little dots before and 3 little dots after. The title of the book is Then. And I think it's a very attractive cover. I think I would like at least 1 million Christians to read this book. If you know how many Christians there are in this world, if you're one of the few that know, there are millions of Christians. It's one of the largest religious groups in the world. So if you know a Christian, tell them about this book Then. We've been hearing all of our lives, for centuries, about the second coming of Christ. All of the people that consider themselves to be Christians will say yes, they've heard about that, but they don't know what it means. They argue among themselves. There are doctrinal differences between the thousands of different groups, and they compete with each other, trying to prove who's right and who's wrong, and most of them do not understand the significance of a supernatural event that took place on the 19th day of March 2006 at midnight. The whole world needs to know about this, and I'd like to sell about 10 million of these books. That would give me about an extra 20, 30 $1 million. Maybe after taxes I'd have a little less than that. But can you imagine what a guy like me could do with that much money? Instead of 12 or 13 books to sell you, I would probably have 30 or 40 books. It's got a back cover. See here, a lot of words. Okay? So, if you happen to be a member of the media, you know, press releases, press conferences, and people come out and they tell you something, well, here's something. This is called a press release. Get in touch with me. If you get on my website, it's already there. You can see it and you can read it, or you can buy it. Whatever you want to do. Press release. Stop the presses and print this. Tell the world about this, okay? Get busy. Let's do something important. And stop putting all this crap on TV that you call news alert, news alert, news alert, news alert, all this junk. I don't need to know about all that stuff. Some little tiny speck over on the other side of the planet, something happens, blows up, you know, on fire, whatever, and it's on the news, and then you brainwash everybody on the whole planet talking about it. When all over the planet there are millions of good things happening. Good news. I'd like to hear more good news. This is good news. All right. I think you get the picture. Now, one of the things I think I failed to mention, and this is probably one of the important things, this book right here, The Man from Tennessee. Remember, that's the name of my website, themanfromtennessee.com. All right, this is a book written by, according to what the cover tells us here, the world-famous anonymous author. This picture on the back is worth the price of the book alone, right here. You can get this, tear it off, put it in a frame, put it on the wall, and you'll enjoy it the rest of your life. Actually, you could frame the whole book and put it on your wall after you read it, just to remind you of what you read, because there's information in here that is urgently needed by every person on the planet. One of the things you need to understand about this book, it tells you all the goofy stuff I did, it tells you about all the crazy stuff I did, but then it leads towards the end of the book here, and there's 2 little short messages. One is called Declaration of War. The last one is called Let the Earth Be Cursed. You need to understand what that means. Can I force anybody to read my book or to buy my book? Absolutely not. I don't seduce you with a lot of sex. I don't seduce you with the promise of getting rich if you buy this book. And I don't try to seduce you by thinking you're going to be the smartest person on the planet if you read this book. It's not a self-help book like that. This prepares you for what happens after death for eternity. Now, if you want to take a little time and read this book, read it, and try to understand it, you'd be doing yourself a great big favor. And I'm going to put it right back here. And anything else that you want to talk about, go ahead. Talk to me. And while you're talking to me, I'm going to be eating. These chips are pretty good too. A little coffee. I wish you'd come and join me. We could have a serious conversation. But since I know you're too busy and you're going to be clicking around all those little places and trying to see something weird on the web, you know, little web surfing, you probably would like me to end this thing right now. So, okay, I'm done. Goodbye. Go away.